Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Forest of Memories. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, your guardian, High Remembrancer, Arbiter, and Reminiscing Bard of Twilight. I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Do you feel hungry? I feel hungry. So, with that, we've completed the first DLC, as y'all know, but we still have to do more of the main story. I played a bit on my own earlier today to get some footage for more of the shorts I'm working on, but for now, let's just dive right back in, shall we? It's a good DLC, Thomas. I think you'd like it. But it can be a little boring from time to time. You really gotta. It takes a minute to get going. Also, kind of like psychological and stuff. Some interesting aspects to it. It's still good though. Let me just send out these self promotions real quick to let people know I'm streaming. I forgot to do that before we started because I am professional. I promise. I promise I'm professional. All right, let's see. I think that's all of them. So yeah, I think we're good to go now. Oh, yep, there we go. All good. Make sure my controller works. There we go.
Just a moment.
What? Oh, it did not. Oh, there it. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. There it is. All right, so currently our mission is twofold. One, we need to find out where we need to discover the whereabouts of John of Liechtenstein, who's a spy in Sigismund's court for us. On my own, I did find him. He's alive, but he's currently being hunted right now. So he's gone back undercover and he can't really do anything to help us. So nothing really story related was lost there. However, he did tell us that one of his allies, he's an ally of ours because Sigismund basically kicked him out of power, but let him stay in the Italian palace, which is here, in Kuttenberg. So we're gonna go check that out. What's that, Thomas? What would be a funny Easter egg? Anyway, we can't go sprinting in here on horseback, but we can trot in. I guarantee you that's in there somewhere, Thomas. Maybe. Who knows? All right, so we're going to come in here and we're going to take a left. This is basically at the Palace District. Let's see. We need to get in, so... Hey, Cheshire. Let's see. All right, let's turn left here. And then from here, because this is the cathedral they're building. And then I think, yeah, should be right over here. Probably not going to let us in, though. It is the Italian palace, so I doubt they're going to let us in. We don't exactly look the part, you know?
Whoa, whoa.
I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malishov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
The literal hold my beer moment.
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
Damn, girl.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
Oh, we gotta help him.
He's one of them. Get him.
Ow, let me get my weapon. Ow. There we go.
Damn. They gave me a going over. Good thing you showed up, lad.
You all right, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
It's just a scratch.
Papa, my God, you're hurt.
I'm all right. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life, didn't you notice?
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
No, I'm the one who should apologize, ma'am.
I should be the one apologizing. Some of it is my handiwork.
It won't be your concern, though. I promise. We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plymouth, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you? And why have you graced us with your visit?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, squire to Lord Capon of Perkstein.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this feisty creature here is my daughter Rosa.
And potential romance partner. Yes, Henry can hook up with nobility. Which, in a way, I guess would put him one step above Hans. But the way I'm playing Henry, he's got a wife back home already. Or sorry, a girlfriend back home that he wants to marry when he gets done. So he's not going to cheat.
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir. Unfortunately, he's in enemy captivity.
We're sorry to hear that.
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you can help me with that.
We can? How?
Lord Capon is held at Malishov.
Our Malishov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do anything about it. But tell me, why would I meddle in matters that don't concern me?
Well, technically, we're on the same side, sir.
Well, we all stand on the same side. Against Sigismund.
That is undoubtedly true. I don't like that ginger bastard either.
Fun fact, that's an actual insult that people leveled at Sigismund, a ginger bastard. Because, yeah, he had fiery red hair, and he was, yeah, now, was he a bastard son? Probably not, but he did go throwing his weight around and thinking he was hot shit.
Especially since his people started sticking their fingers in my coffers.
And that too.
But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a captured nobleman in a territory conquered by Sigismund?
We have to do something to help. I know it's dangerous.
Dangerous? It's madness. What if somebody finds out?
Nobody will know.
Nobody will know.
You haven't been in Kuttenberg for long, have you? The walls have ears here. I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block. And I don't even want to think about what they'd do to Rosa.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing down our necks, we have to be careful.
Who is he, anyway?
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. The new mint master appointed by Sigismund himself.
Okay. Time for a little history lesson about how the system kind of worked in this part of the world during the medieval period. Here's the deal. Sigismund and Wenceslaus both need silver, but Sigismund needs it a lot more. Sigismund has to pay his mercenaries. Sigismund has to, pay to bring his supplies from neighboring Hungary into Bohemia. And there's another problem. The thing is, Sigismund is very anti-corruption. He stands against the house nobles who basically sit around and just collect wealth. He despises them with a passion, and he wants to reform and tear down the system. It's actually one of the reasons why Sigismund is still so liked in Central Europe today. As cruel and destructive as he did have good ideas. He wanted to get rid, like I said, of the house nobility who basically sat around and just collected money. He couldn't stand those guys. The Borgars, the really wealthy merchants who could corrupt and influence people. He hated them. And so during his time in Bohemia, especially in Kuttenberg, Sigismund would have these big meetings where he would basically rip these guys apart, basically telling them, where's the money? I've been asking you, to get the silver from the mines, and I'm not seeing it. Where's the money? Like, you guys owe me this money. You're supposed to be collecting it. And it was the same old thing. It was, oh, well, we need this and that. We need to do this. The Jews have it. And Sigismund wasn't hearing any of it. Sigismund knew that they were hoarding the money for themselves. He was literally, strangling a lot of these, not physically, but he was metaphorically strangling them and shaking them to get them to drop the money that he knew they had. And yes, there were, especially at this point in history, their anti-Semitism was very high, and it was pretty common for rich folk to point fingers at the Jews and claim that they were hoarding wealth and doing all that stuff. You want to know who didn't believe that for a second? Sigismund. Sigismund thought that was bullshit. Because he literally saw the Jewish quarter in Kuttenberg and other areas and was like, that's bullshit. These people don't have any money. They're poor. Where in the world are they keeping the money? Now, granted, he wasn't a champion for Jewish rights or anything, but he wasn't stupid. And this constant back and forth with nobility and, rich assholes pissed Sigismund off, and it's one of the reasons why he was never fully able to conquer Bohemia and take the throne from his brother Wenceslaus. It's because he didn't have the money. Because the nobles were corrupt and kept wouldn't give him the money. And it's not like he could go around and kill them, because then they'd all go inside with Wenceslaus.
He's had it in for us ever since he took over the office. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. It seems he'd like to see me reduced to a beggar.
Yeah, that too. That's the other thing Sigismund did. Sigismund did not trust the nobles to run the mines, because he knew they would just skim off the top or skim a good portion of it and only give him a fraction. So he wanted full control over the mines. He basically wanted his government to control the infrastructure. which naturally a lot of nobles weren't happy with. But then again, Sigismund had an army and they didn't. So,
And now we've killed his men. The king's men. I'll have to reach deep into my pocket to get out of that.
it's always the Jews. What did they do to be targeted worldwide? It's a mix of religious aspects and then also stereotypes. The religious aspect of it was because the Jews are the ones who crucified Jesus. So a lot of Christians really took umbrage with Jews. Uh, Secondly, Jewish stereotypes were that Jewish people were merchants, money lenders, and had a lot of money and were very stingy with it. If you've ever seen like those very horribly, horribly racist drawings of Jewish people with big noses, or Jewish people like portrayed as goblins and stuff like that, yeah, that's why. Because they were really good. Jewish people have always been very good with their money. That's how they've always been. And they were business members, merchants, bankers, that kind of stuff. And remember, everybody hates the banker and hates the tax man. So just lump that into them being Jewish, and it made it even easier. Fun fact, by the way, uh, in the Harry Potter series, the goblins at Gringotts, the bank where Harry goes to get money and everything in the very first movie, those guys are goblins, and Hagrid says that goblins are the best people to run money. Yeah, that was an undercover anti-Semite joke. That because J.K. Rowling is racist. So, yeah, she was basically making fun of Jews doing that.
Like Rosa said, lad, as long as Vavak is around, my hands are tied. I'm sorry.
Well, he must have a weakness.
Then let's get rid of Vavak. He must have some weakness, right?
There may be one. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. There are rumors going around that he's stealing the king's silver. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen, using a fake die. If Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him executed at once, regardless of his noble blood.
But you need evidence.
But you need evidence to make such an accusation, right?
Exactly.
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint, and we have to find out where.
Find out? But how? They don't let just anyone into the mines and smelting works.
You're right. Only authorized people are allowed in. Fortunately, we have an ally, my friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the Mintmaster's office, but his brother Christian remained in the Italian court. He wanted to become the Mintmaster himself, but because of Vavak, he had to settle for the steward's office. He hates him even more than we do on account of it.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any dirt you can dig up on Vavak, just as much as I would. If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'm sure he'll accommodate you. I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak's fraud. That's fair, isn't it?
All right. It's a deal. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted. Let's hope the same goes for his brother.
Excellent. You'll find Christian and Horshan at the estate near the mines. Tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. He'll know who he's dealing with. But be careful, both of you. This is our last chance to stop Vavak.
We'll be praying for you.
My respects.
Let me wash myself off. All right. So let's see. Give evidence against Vavak and then talk to Christian of Pisek. See, my investigation. Let's see. What is that? I must go and see him and prove my allegiance using Ruthar's password Via Argentum. All right, where is he? Ah, right there. All right, well, the fastest thing to do would be to ride to Grund and then go left. I like doing fast travel this way because you can get random encounters or like random events to happen from time to like this. Gotta save someone. Stop right there, criminal scum! No one attacks the innocent on my watch!
Taste my steel!
Got him.
Show your stuff.
You fight like an old hag!
Bastard.
Ooh, split him right down the skull. Hey, I just saved your life. Get back here. I don't need a reward or anything, but you can at least acknowledge that I did a good job. Please? Hi, Biscuit. Hello? Hey, dude. Like, okay. Never mind, then. Man, no respect these days. You try to help someone, and then you save them, and then they just run off. Do you have anything useful on you? Yep, that'll work. I'll drink that weak marigold concoction on you. Or sorry, decoction. And what about you? You've got some really good gear, honestly. But I'm fully loaded right now, so I can't really take anything. Honestly, where's all this weight that I'm carrying coming from, anyway? Probably the armor. Yeah, a lot of it's the weapons and armor. Let's see. Yeah, it's the armor. Then I have all these Brigadine things that I haven't sold yet. Thankfully, the dude we're going to talk to is at a forge, so we can sell our stuff there. There you are, Pebbles. Come on.
Go!
Yeah! Al dentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the bold.
Everything all right, eh?
So, we'll have to find evidence that this guy's stealing the royal silver, which is not easy to do, considering the fact that, well, it's minted, and he could be taking it at any point, like they said. Probably somewhere between here and there. That's going to be hard to pin down, but I'm willing to bet he's probably paid off some bandits to steal the money. You'd be surprised how often the nobles... Well, actually, you wouldn't be surprised at all at how often the nobles made use of mercenaries or bandits to get their job, to do underhanded stuff. Again, why do it yourself when you can pay others to do it for you? Hey, Telling. Alright, this is probably it. Yeah, there's an abandoned mine right here, or a mine right here. So that's a mine shaft, and this is the mining village. There's another mine shaft over there.
Whoa!
Alright. Good girl.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings, Master Guard.
God be with you.
Alright, do they have a blacksmith around here we can sell some of our stuff to? That'd be good. Also, I should probably get cleaned up. I want to look... If I'm going to talk to this guy, I need to look the part.
But I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the 5th yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is some jiggery-pokery.
Be quiet, and now clear off. Hey, you! Who are you?
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
I can help with that.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
Well, my father was a blacksmith. And I know about mining from Skalitz.
I'm from Skalitz, so I know a little bit about mining.
My word. You didn't work in the mines, did you?
I visited the mine once, but not to dig.
So I expect you don't know much. Well, no matter. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Greetings.
Greetings to you two.
I could have told him I'm a blacksmith, but a blacksmith doesn't really know much about mining or smelting. No one following us right now.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad, so far.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
Wouldn't they suspect something?
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I'll be the scholar, because I'm actually pretty smart.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
Okay, let's see. Questions about mining. All right.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Yep. And then they cut it up into coins. Can any of it get lost?
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offense, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukdal.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Hang on, if I'm going to keep asking questions about this, I want to chug a, I need to chug a fox potion so I can get more experience from talking. Hold on. Okay, I need to know these things. So, who owns it?
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining.
Yep.
So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burger. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have...
Hey, Spoonie! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, Guardian of the Forest of Memories. I'm a variety streamer, plays games with a strong memory connection to me and my community. And this is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm a history guy, and, well, this is just right up my alley. So sit back, relax, make yourselves at home. We are currently learning about how silver is ore mined and turned into coins back in the Middle Ages. So y'all sit back, relax, make yourselves at home. Welcome.
Pay the king, and the
could someone give Spoonie a shout out, please? Thank you.
king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
Okay. Well, who checks the share?
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mint master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
But we've just found out that the mint master is a lot richer than he should be. So he's probably cutting a huge chunk of, or a good portion of the royal share for himself. Which, again, stealing silver is already a capital offense. But stealing from the king? Ooh, boy, somebody's got a death wish. Okay, well, with all of this, because we know that the silver belongs to the king, and then the miners get it out by, having the mining tenants run everything. Well, who makes money from this?
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
This sounds extremely lucrative for everyone involved, but it also sounds a lot like, to make a good comparison, it's almost like being an insurance salesman or saleswoman. If it's, you hit it big, you hit it big. If these guys hit a huge vein of silver, then yeah, they're all going to be rich. But if they don't find anything, then it's very feast or famine. Okay, well, who owns the mines?
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery.
The church?
In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Wait, the church can own some of the mines? Okay. Odd. okay, in all honesty, that's actually corrupt as shit. Because think about it. Churches are not taxed. Remember? Churches aren't taxed. Depending on what period it is during the medieval ages, churches and where you are, churches may or may not be taxed. I know for a fact at this point in 1403 in Bohemia, they're not taxed. So literally, the church gets to keep all of that silver. All of it. They don't, whatever's left aside from them is theirs. They're not taxed, so they don't have to give up a lot of it. That's, Yeah, new churches owning mines. Yeah. And Spoonie's correct. What we just heard was a circular economy. Yeah. Okay, well, who's responsible for the mines? I'm guessing the owners?
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the Royal Mint Master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
So after that, it's not y'all's problem anymore. Okay, well, how much do the mines pay to the king?
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
That's actually, I don't know if that's how a lot of businesses are today on average. I mean, I know not all businesses are like that, but still, that's actually pretty generous for the workers when you think about it. Because again, if the king doesn't, if it's not a royal mine shaft, he only gets 20%. Everything else, like that remaining 80% is going to go, of course, part of it's going to go to the leasers who like the mint or like the royal leaseholders. But then the rest of that's going to the workers and like the system itself. So it's like he said, it kind of like, as long as it continues to be successful, the system kind of expands on itself and the workers and those around it get more and more wealth. Kind of funny how back in 1403, they'd already figured out how to put money back into the system rather than just hoarding it all for themselves, huh? Churches aren't taxed. Oh no, here comes Henry VIII. Yeah, basically, yes. Okay, well, who's responsible for the smelting works?
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
I think that's where the money's getting skimmed. Because remember, the mint master's making a lot of extra money. I bet that's where it's getting skimmed off. Is when it's going to the smelters. That's probably where it's getting skimmed off. All right, well, I've got a pretty good idea personally, but what does happen in the smelting works?
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
And then the slag or dross is dumped out, and what you're left with is pure silver. Now, granted, a good amount of like the liquid you get when you're making silver or metals is going to be dross or slag. And once it's disposed of, you'll have pure metal or pure silver, which again is worth a lot. Is it processed like steel?
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes. But in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
Golly! You get record and weigh it 3 times? No thanks. Okay, well, you told us how they turn the silver into rods about the size of your little finger. So how are the groschen made?
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
Okay, well, how many mints are there?
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Duh. And that would explain why Sigismund had so much trouble getting his hands on the silver he needed. There's one mint in all of this region, the one in Kuttenberg. At the Italian mint, which means that Sigismund had to fight tooth and nail just to get the money he wanted. And I already explained to y'all earlier about how the nobles were corrupt as hell and wouldn't let Sigismund have the money, and he wanted to get rid of them. That's basically what this boils down to. The fight is between King Wenceslaus IV and Sigismund, but it's basically also between the corrupt nobles who want to keep Wenceslaus in power because they like being corrupt, and Wenceslaus lets them be corrupt, and Sigismund, who hates corruption and literally wants to upend the whole system. Granted, he's doing it very brutally, but at least he's trying to reestablish things. All right. Well, let's get to talking to these people. Let's see. Enter the mine, and then find out, okay, well, Paul, looks like Paul's still, Paul and, oh, never mind. So, Frank and Semko, or at least, yeah, they're available, so let's go talk to them first.
Are you Foreman Samko?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but miners' rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
All right, fine, let's play.
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Again, I could have talked him down, but better to play the game, you know? All right, let's see. See, always rolls a 3, so I want that one. Hey, Josh, welcome back. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, everyone. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, guardian of the Forest of Memories and variety streamer, lover of history, and a player of games with a strong memory connection to me and my community. Josh, if you're here, you gotta see this. For those who don't know, this is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, one of the most historically accurate games ever made. We are in 1403 Bohemia. I'm about to play dice with a miner, with some mining guys, so I can find out some more information about how they mine silver and everything. So sit back, relax, make yourselves at home, and please pray that Lady Luck actually spares me. I can't pray to RN Jesus anymore. RN Jesus hates me, so I'm gonna have to pray to Lady Luck today instead. Came with the raid. Forgot to mention yesterday. Nice hat. Well, thank you, Iron. I appreciate it. Let's see, on a lucky die, both of the Holy Trinity dice, and then favorable die, and then do I have an odd die? Yeah, there we go. All right, let's play with these.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
Let's see, 6, 6. 3. Ooh! Goody. 3 6s. Very nice. And then a 1. So we're gonna pass. Because we get 700 points. Holy crap! Sword and board for me. Let's see. What we got in here? 5, 5, 5. Yes! There we go. It's 500 points. Yep. Okay, we can't play anymore with this because you never know what... Because I don't want to risk it. So we'll score and pass. 500 more points. I am a duelist, but he asked spearman or sword and board. And I'd rather have a sword and a shield than a normal spear.
Yep.
So this is a game... Oh, shit. He just beat me. Damn.
Wonderful. Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
All right, so... What's the word? So how do you mine ore?
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
Okay, well, what's the work of a miner about?
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about Alkin. Any yakker will tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
You guess what is the funny thing is that I understood about 90% of that. I don't know what accent he's using, but I understood about 90% of that. That's what makes me laugh. I'm like, good grief, Zaruk, you're such a nerd that you actually understood most of that. Let's see, okay, well, how much do you make?
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
Okay, well, how much did you make on the mine, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
How many corves did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 corves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
That was easy. Round shield or long shield? Depends on the sword. If it's a long sword, if it's a longer sword, then give me a round shield. But if you're gonna give me a short sword, I want the bigger shield. Like if you got a scutum, like a Roman shield, then you want a gladius or something. And you've got a longer sword, then you're gonna want like you got to be able to move basically. Either the shield's gonna be your primary tool. Or like, again, with the scutum, it was for shoving people and moving them aside and then stabbing them with the gladius. All right, he said 34, right? Let me check my journal. All right, so he said 34, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Who's next? One of them's already underground, so... next... Okay, yeah. Talk to Frank. Because he's still underground. He's above ground. The other guys are already underground. So... Or not. This one says Frank's underground. Okay, well, let's go talk to the other guy then. What? There's no... Oh, are they both underground? Huh, okay. Weird. Well, that's fine. We need to go into the mine anyway. Oh, yeah, that's a mine shaft, so let's go underground into the mine and see what we can find out. I wonder how cramped it's going to be. I know in the coal mines in the United States, everything was super cramped. You have to hunch over all the time.
You must be the one that Christiane sent, eh? Watch your head, then.
Oh, come on. You don't even have to hunch in here. You can just... Okay, never mind. Now well, no. You can walk around just fine in here. All right, they're on duty. I don't want to bother them. Whoop, too far. Man, you can get lost down here. If we run over here. God, I don't want to imagine being down here in the dark. Screw that. I don't care how much you're paying me.
Skill issue. Now where's the entrance?
Yeah. All right, maybe he's over here.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. Are you praying? Why?
The day before the feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was hawking here. Young jaybird, a young'un, still wet behind the ears. We dinged the berg, set it ablaze, all good. He took a mell, battered the fault, and the props spangued out. It all came crashing down on him. Done him right in, it did.
That's awful. Sorry about your friend.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, how can he forgive myself?
Oh boy, what does one say? Like, I mean, you're praying, so there's no pain in heaven.
There's no more pain in heaven. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're right. I hope the Lord has welcomed the poor lad into the kingdom of heaven. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and merciful
iron,
God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I
of
ask that you
gold,
bless me brother
silver,
who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may
tin,
the holy angels
iron,
save his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and metals.
Bring his soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through
brother
our Lord,
who has
our
died in his
Saviour and
mind.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save his soul from
The angel of
damnation.
the Lord declared
Bring his
to
soul
Mary,
to eternal
she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord, our
Hail
Saviour
Mary.
and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid
Amen.
of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
Pretty sure that's an actual, like, kind of whatever they're called from Catholicism.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask a boot out.
See.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about you in the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be read dodgy, mind. Might even D you in.
How's the ore, let's see. How's the ore mined?
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
Are deaths common?
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste, whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life, like.
Well, how much do you make?
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk, how hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corvs did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corvs.
That's all I need to know.
Interesting. One guy says 43, another says 30. It's also interesting that the first guy we talked to didn't mention the kid getting killed. Granted, I guess it wasn't his shift, so he probably didn't know. But even so, I guess if deaths in the mine are, 1 or 2 guys a month, then I guess you get numb to it. Still, don't feel like he was lying to us. So it all comes down to what the last guy says. Also, we have an ad starting soon. Everyone brace yourselves. When the ad starts, I will be taking a quick 3-minute break to get some more water. So, don't worry. We're not going to do anything. And we all lift. I know what you're talking about. All right, let's see. Thank you, Josiah. All right, the ad is starting. I will be back. Go get some water. Sorry about that, I'm back. Very sorry about that. Heard a loud something fall outside on my balcony. I had to go check that out. We're good, though.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're Hewin?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll count your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakker graft, did ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella, hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
Charming. Kind of rude.
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? Alright, I'll tell ya. It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara.
Hey, Inferton, how you doing?
God be with you, good sir.
All right, so two guys say 36, one says 30. Interesting. Though by all accounts, the guy who said 30 has a bit of an alibi, because he claimed that the kid dying, like, sucked the morale out of everybody, which it would have. So, well, better report in.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad, so far.
I don't know. Well, I hope you can have a relaxing time here at least in Furton. I'll do my best. All right, let's go talk with the big man himself.
You're the local ore merchant.
Yeah, I buy ore. And who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm here by Sir Christian's permission. I study at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on silver mining.
Wirklich? Interesting. In any case, you are in the right place. The Horschan shafts are some of the most profitable in all of Kuttenberg. I am Hermann. If you have any Fragen, I am happy to answer them.
Okay, well, if these are some of the best mines in the region, why are the guys not getting paid the equivalent? They're getting half a groschen per curve that they pull out. Like, that's not a lot.
As an ore merchant, what do you do?
My job is to buy ore from the mines and resell it to the smelting works. Every day I count the amount of the ore mined and test its quality. That is why we are also called assayers. Depending on the quality, I then estimate the price at which I can sell the ore.
Do you buy silver together with the stone?
I do. You can only get pure silver from the stone in the smelting works. That is why it is important to know how much of it is in the ore.
Well, how do you estimate that?
How do you estimate the price?
It takes skill and experience. I go through a few curves, get some samples, and bring them down here to assay them. Then I estimate the ratio of silver to the waste and set the price according to the average.
Interesting. Is the price always the same?
And the price is always the same?
Nein. The price of the curves is determined by the highest bidder. The smelter that can pay the most gets it. The important thing is to keep an eye on costs, so we do not end up paying more for the ore than we get for the pure silver.
Okay, well, how many corves do you buy a day?
How many corves do you buy a day?
It varies. It depends on the rock that is being hewed. When you hew into hard rock, the yield is smaller than from soft rock, which crumbles with little effort, but there's little silver in it.
Okay, well, how many did you buy on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
How many corves did you buy lately? For example, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Sancta Petronilla? Weiß nicht. Entschuldigung. I do not remember. You can ask Christian, though. It is all in the books.
Well, thank you. All right, let's ask him. Shut the door. Now let's talk to him.
I already know how many corves the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'm gonna guess more.
I'd say it's more.
Seriously? Why would anyone report more than they actually mined? The book lists 90 corves extracted.
Ah, okay.
That means 10 corves of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
Okay, well, what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do about it?
Well, we need to make them tell us more, but carefully. Being involved.
Hey, Lich King, thank you for the sub. 35 months, day 35. Give it up for month 35. Thank you very much, bud. I appreciate it.
Involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Interesting. Hold on.
We need to talk, Herman.
Was ist denn los?
Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 corves of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Then someone else is lying.
In that case, someone else must be lying.
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you bothering me with this? Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corves than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All three crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Look, You don't have to be afraid to tell the truth. Me and Sir Christian agreed to settle the matter quietly. We're not going to punish anyone.
I am innocent. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
How long has this been going on?
Several months, maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Okay. Well, just act as if nothing happened.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Okay. Now we gotta go talk to Fett. Oh wait, he's not in the mine, he's up here.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I'm Henry, but that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
But you can't, yeah, but you count the corves.
But you're the one counting the corves of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
Thanks for just openly admitting it like that, by the way. Just saying, oh, the mint master protects me. Yeah, you should have kept your mouth shut.
You have nothing to fear. You're under my protection, and nothing will happen to you. I'll deal with anyone who wants to harm you. Believe me.
Wait, I'll tell you what I know. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
All right, well, who was the fella?
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
And how long has this been going on?
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Okay, well, who gives you the money?
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Is Vavak behind this?
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle,
He'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The Mint Master
Because you're a
himself.
toady!
Right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Yeah, the reason the Mint Master's nice to you is because you're a toady. You are literally replaceable, but you're useful, which is why he keeps you around. You dumbass. All right, let's tell Christian what's up. They're both in on it, but yeah.
Well, no one said the miners were smart men.
No, but that's a foreman. He's
I'm
supposed
sorry.
to be smart.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic. As charismatic as you can manage.
Okay.
What should I...
He's the slyest. He starts. Now he's doing...
Okay.
What else?
In this, then they give...
What should I...
Like, if you don't... If you're charismatic... And make sure you...
I got it.
Here. I've written... I reckon he won't be thrilled. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the Feast of Saint Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. Good luck, Henry.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go to any of the places I've been staying and get some fancy clothes because, like you said, no plate armor. Personally, I think I look very charismatic in plate armor, but that's not gonna cut it. So, let me think. I do have a place to stay in Kuttenberg, but I also have a place in back here. Well, not here, but in Devil's Den. So let's go there. We'll go there, change up. Yep. Hang on.
Hey, unless you want to end up the same way, keep going.
Let's just take it easy. I'm not looking for any trouble.
Don't let me see you here again.
Hey, guess what, motherfucker? I lied.
There to fight.
No mercy!
Hey, it's a cumin.
Bloody fucker. Take that!
For the cross!
Too slow! Show what you're made of!
You're a dead man! You know that?
Cut the bullshit! Fight! Get to... Too slow!
You're a dead man!
You know that?
I beat your ass with my bare hands. Ow. Got him. Got him. So, you finally arrived. What the hell are you wearing? It's my ass-kicking outfit, bitch. Anyway, I need to bandage myself up. I'm bleeding and my head hurts. There we go. All honesty, I should have died right there, but thankfully I have the like the ability that gives you a quick like revive, a one-time revive. Chug one of my healing potions, eat another one of these sausages. You don't need that money. I do. All right, let's get to Devil's Den. Care package, thank you.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
I might as well go to the monastery. You? What would you do there? Unless they needed a scarecrow for the cabbage.
All right, need to go upstairs to my bed and check my here it is, my chest. Or well, wait, which one's mine? Nope, these aren't my beds. 'Cause my bed would have a thing that says sleep and save.
Because when you fast, you're only allowed to eat things that live in water.
Pigs might swim. How long did that work out for him?
What do I know? They might still be there.
His lungs up in the Arctic.
We had pigs at home when I was a nipper. Take my word for it, they can live anywhere.
I see you took after them.
Very droll.
I hope it's a quiet evening.
Where is my bed?
I apologize.
Yeah, then move. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Man, everyone just keeps running into me in this game. No. Aha! Here's my room. Perfect. All right. So. You have to drop off some of our stuff. So, drop that off. And then we'll drop off all that extra armor I've been carrying around. I was going to sell it, but we have tons of money, so... And just like that, we've got plenty more weight to work with. Oh, yeah, and this horse stuff. There we go. Now we got plenty of weight to work with. All right, so let's see. What do we got? A chaperon. A burger. Let's see. Nimrod's coat. Some gloves. Some gartered hose and some boots. Combine that with my Now let me get dressed. I got dressed today. All right, let's see. Put on the brocade hood. Put on these gloves. These nice boots. Put on some spurs. And I've got my glasses on already, along with the Chamberlain's ring, which I still have. So yeah. Damn, I look good. But I'm still... Some of these clothes are still kind of dirty, so we need to go wash them.
Good day to you.
I also have to clean myself up.
I apologize.
Just... Move! You people are like, stairways are too narrow. Move.
Today's a scorcher.
Okay. Let me find the nearest place to wash my clothes. And myself, honestly. There. There's a laundry thing right over there. Near this burned down house for some reason. There we go. I'll say I should wash everything. There we go.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, I can't...
apologize.
Yeah, I can't clean myself up because, well, duh. Anything else that'll boost my charisma? Oh, right, I know. I can slap on some perfume, which will make me look good, and I can or I could also drink, which as long as you don't drink too much, it actually does give you a boost to your charisma. So, do I have any? I do not have any beer on me, so we'll have to go get some. Oh wait, a bath. Is there a barber here? No. Dang. If there was a barber here, that'd be great. Nope, just the baths. Well, in that case, I will buy something from the innkeeper. And then I'll slap on some perfume I've got, and then we'll go from there.
Your room's ready.
My room?
But of course.
Ah.
On the first floor.
Thanks, Ink.
Tread light.
What's new?
Smolka. She's the one. She said that he wanted it. You know.
Was he a fuck? So what?
The girl came running in all beaten up. I went to see.
Have you any idea where I could find?
Rumor has it he's been sleeping in a.
I'll take care of him.
I'm glad to hear it. When you're done with him, and that's about.
Sounds interesting.
All right.
What do you have for?
I need some alcohol so I can... Well, first I need a torch, because I need to be able to walk at night. And then I need some alcohol. Let's go with... let me think. You know what? I'm just going to buy all the schnapps you have. I'm not going to drink all of it. Are you crazy? That would kill me. And, okay, well, let's take it back. You don't die if you drink that much. What ends up happening is that you pass out, and then someone will come and, someone might come and rob you. Especially if you're in a very untrustworthy part of town. Someone will come and rob you blind. So, let's see. I need that torch, though. Because it is getting dark. I think it technically counts as a weapon. Yeah, it does. Right, there's a torch for later. I'm not wearing armor. He said no plate or anything like that, so no armor. And I can't even carry a weapon, so no daggers either. Because then he'll get freaked out. So, yeah, no daggers. Just have to defend myself with my fist if it comes down to it. Anything else that I can think of? Right, the perfume, but believe that guy said there was some abuser staying in a shepherd's place nearby. There it is, right over there, huh? Hey, who wants to go beat up an abuser or a possible sex offender? And by that I mean he was a grapist. Who wants to go beat up an asshole like that? I do. Even better if he's asleep. We can just beat the shit out of him. Say less, imp man. All right, good. Hey, I know the perfect thing. Let's use the halberd on him. That'd be perfect. We could stick him a few times, and if he gets up, we can just hit him with it. There it is. Right over there. Boy, you better hope you're sleeping so your death is quiet and quick. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise this is going to be loud and incredibly painful for you. He's still awake. I have an idea. I got an idea. I said I was going to use the halberd on him, but I got a much better idea. Gotta wait till he goes to sleep. Yeah, he'll definitely...
This is my boomstick.
Correct. And I'm going to shove this boomstick right into his mouth and light it. Where? Come out, wherever. Oh, there he is. Those poor girls at the baths send their regards. I missed! I missed! Damn it. Because of how inaccurate these things are, I missed. Nope, keep running. He'll give up eventually. It's not the No, it has nothing to do with me. The weapons are already inaccurate, and the way Henry holds it means they're inaccurate. They're even more inaccurate. All right, he's gone. He'll go back. Oh, no, he's hurt. I see him limping. No, he's hurt. So I did hit him, but he's not dead yet. Because you can see the flame bobbing like that. He's hurt. Which means it didn't instantly kill him, it hurt, but it maimed him. Not good enough. It's not good enough. See, I could let you just go and bleed out in peace, but that wouldn't be fair to the poor girl you abused. Because, like, I don't know if y'all heard what the innkeeper said. He literally laid hands on her and beat her till she was black and blue. And you better just go back to sleep at this point. All right, let's fall back away from the place and then see what happens in an hour. Okay, yeah, he's definitely gone back to sleep at this point. And an hour won't be enough time to heal that wound. So he's probably still in a lot of pain. Good. At this point, I can't miss. I can't miss at this range. There we go. Justice is served. Dude, y'all see him jump? Then again, I did just put a thumb-sized sphere through his skull. So, oh, he's a deserter too. Ah, he's one of Sigismund's men. He's got a Prague banner. He's a deserter from Prague.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
Sir?
I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Sir, with all due respect, firstly, I have stolen nothing. Second of all, that man was guilty of abuse and brutalizing a poor innocent woman. So this is... Yes, it's vigilantism, but I don't think you can arrest me for that. So I'm not going to jail. All right. So let's go to this place. Glowing saber or metal... you mean like, what kind of saber? Do you mean like a curved sword? Like the humans would use? Because, I mean, if you want, like, I can make one of those and show you what they look like, actually. Hang on. Let's do that. I can make a, I can make an Adelman saber. Is there a forge here? There should be. Yes, there is. We can make one of those. Hang on. Let me show you this. Building a Knight-style Gundam. Let me show you what a human saber looks like. Because, yes, we can make sabers. I actually found the, I found the blueprints for it when I was out playing on my own, getting some footage for some shorts. I found the blueprint for it, so we can make a saber now. I feel like I just ran in a circle. Hold on. No, it's this way. Okay. Is it curved at the end? Kind of. I'll show you. Yeah, an Adaman saber. But we don't have a lot of the stuff for it, sadly. I don't bring my tools with me anymore because they weigh you down. I wonder if... Wait, isn't that... Wait. Isn't there a blacksmith back at the Devil's Den? Hang on. There is. Okay, we can just go back, turn in that quest, or that little side thing, and then I'll show you how we make them. You guys are going to think this is cool. And besides, at the end of the day, even if we don't use it, it can still be sold for a good amount of money. All right, just going to grab some of my material. Don't need all of it. I don't know which pommel to use that we need. Actually, let me just check. Let's see what we need to make this thing. Adamant saber. We need iron, Damascus steel, deerskin, copper, and fastening material. Okay. All right, so we need copper. copper, deer skin. Fastening material. I hope we have some iron. I hope I have some Toledo steel on me. I should. I'm take some normal steel just in case. And then yes, I've got plenty of Toledo steel. It's Damascus steel, basically. Right, that should be everything to make this saber. Yep, we got it all. Also, look, there's a bug in the game. I maxed out Vitality, but I still have a perk point. Like, it's, even though I've got everything. Well, hopefully this will help you figure it out, Thomas. Let's go make that sword. All right, let's make this thing. An adamant saber. An unusually curved blade used by nomads on fast horses in the Hungarian steppes and remote Arabian deserts. This swift weapon excels in offense and defense alike. Every good Christian should beware of losing his head to such a weapon. All right, let's make it. I've told y'all already, I think blacksmithing is one of the coolest things. Mrr. You too, cow. All right, to the anvil with it. Henry, it's supposed to go on the anvil, bud. Henry. It's like a lightsaber. I literally just shoved it through the anvil and I'm forging it. Henry of Skalitz has forged the very first lightsaber.
Almost got it done.
Almost. There we go. All right, now we quench it. We heat it up, quench it in oil, and it's ready to go. And hopefully if I did it right, it'll be masterwork quality. Or Henry quality is what it's called. There we go, a Henry quality saber. Very nice. All right, only thing left to do is test it out. See how it swings. Oh yeah, that's a lot faster than my normal weapons. You can even see the Damascus lines in it. That's so cool. Look at that. You can actually see the Damascus lines in it. I'm literally practicing with my weapon, you blacksmith ass. Dickhead. Also, what time is it? God, you're up early. It's not even crack-ass... Well, okay, the sun is coming up, but seriously, you're up early. find the innkeeper and tell him what's up.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
I love the effect that you can actually hear the rain hitting the roof here. That's so cool. You're the blacksmith. Where's the owner? We'll come back later. Sun's coming up and we need to make progress. So, all right, I look good. Make sure I smell good now. All right, first things first, we take a shot of schnapps, and then we're going to apply this perfume. Probably going to be in the other section because it's perfume. Yeah, do that, Thomas. All right, so. Boom. I am now charismatic as fuck. All right, let's get going. And no drinking more schnapps, because schnapps will literally knock me out. Or, okay, it won't knock me out, but it'll definitely put me on my ass. And if I'm supposed to be a nobleman, I can't be stumbling around drunk. Okay, we're here. So let's see. All right, talk to Buresh. And look at, yeah, we should talk to him first, because I don't want to get thrown out for looking around. Let's just go talk to him. And remember, we are a noble looking to buy some mining rights.
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
I know. I just want to see what it looks like in the smelting works.
Well, if Sir Christian wishes it, I won't deny you the opportunity. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
Hey.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
Hey, how many corves do you process a day?
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
Wow. How much silver do you make?
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
Wow. I don't know how much that is. That sounds like a lot. But again, that's a lot of ore coming in. How much is a hrivna? I need to look that up. Hang on. Hrivna. So hrivna, let's see. It's a Ukrainian thing. Let's see. Hrivnia measurement. Let's see. Okay, well, it's currently used as that's currently the name given to the Ukrainian bill. Like it's a monetary bill for them. So yeah, looking that up ain't gonna help me much. Let's see. Well, can silver go missing?
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
Wow. Okay, well, how many corves were delivered on the feast of Saint Petronilla?
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horsham, of all places?
I visited the mine.
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
Wow. But we now
God
know.
Be with you, Goodman.
Yeah.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places.
So we now know that he said 90. So we now know that, yeah, they are taking a good chunk. They're taking 10 corves of it for a while. All right, well, now we got to go check out the smelter. Probably over here. All right, an ad is about to start, so we'll be back. I'm going to pause it, and we'll be back when it's over. So, yeah, ad time. I wish I need to get a BRB screen. Okay, yeah, an ad is playing. I'll be back in a bit. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to stretch. All right, let's go. We have permission to investigate, so let's try not to do anything stupid.
What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Well, in the scrusher, we scrush the ore brought from the mound and chuck it in the furnace. Then, we shovel charcoal in till the stone gets proper roasting and leaks all the metal that was hidden inside. We do that over and over in other furnaces till we get pure silver out of the ore.
Okay, so he said a hrivni of pure silver, and they said he gets 200 hrivnis a day. So 200 times 6, 1,200 ounces. I don't know what that is in freedom units, but 1,200 ounces of silver a day. That's still a lot.
How do you like working in the smelter?
Aye, can you complain at all, sir? We get a nice pile of chink from the yield, and we're dry and warm.
That's 75 pounds of... Good God! 75 pounds of pure silver a day? Dang.
Oh, it's bloody hot. It stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here.
At your service, sir.
Yeah, they would be stealing it when it was being cast. Like in molten form.
This is how they crush ore in bulk. A quarf here, a quarf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
So it gets crushed there. Roasted, smelted.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke. And he pays as well. From what I've heard from the other smelters, it's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Have you noticed anything suspicious around here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I graft all day. No time for looking around.
Does any silver go missing from here?
Here? That would mean some of our lads are involved, and... Look, Sonny, I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat with Shima over there. He's not afraid of anything.
Are you the fella they call Shima?
You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps going missing from the smelters.
Me? I don't know what you were told. Meet me outside in a while. Now you better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
I love how his announcement is just, I have to go take a piss. It's just loudly and awkwardly announce it.
All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
I'm sorry. God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not too bad. It'd be better if it wasn't raining, though.
Well?
Who are you?
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. Why are you here, Henry? Surely you didn't come to investigate the theft of silver on your own accord?
Christian of Pisek sends me.
The steward of the mint? And why did he send you? Because of a rumor. They say silver keeps going missing from the smelters.
The silver must be going missing from here. I've been tracking it all the way from the mines.
From the mines? So Sir Christian really has some suspicions, doesn't he? Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
See, well, I am conducting an expert investigation. So,
look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation. Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king, especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up, then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it.
Also,
be careful and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you.
Also, I love how his name is Volkmar. I don't know if y'all saw my reaction to that, but as soon as I heard the name Volkmar, I felt my eyes go wide. Volkmar the Grim. Look, if this guy wants a brawl, I'll give him a brawl. I got the sword of St. Valentine with me. I have nothing to fear. I know someone's gonna be like, you mean that sword you stole? It's not stolen anymore. Yeah, found. Thought I saw the text of a dude fighting for his life in here.
Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Have you gone insane? You want to attack a nobleman? I suppose you have no idea who's behind me.
Then pay with
You
your
won't avoid
blood!
punishment.
You're really a nobleman? But that's... Oi! Where are you cowards running to? I'll get you.
There's no escape!
You fight like an old hag!
Dead. Now, where were we?
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Take it from the beginning.
I would like to point out that Henry, just to put this into perspective for y'all, as far as they know, Henry is a nobleman of some kind. Said nobleman just fought a dude with a cuirass and a mace, blocked, dodged one move, and countered two, killing him on the second stroke. Like, if those two guys had seen that, they probably would have run for the hills. And for Volkmar, to him, he probably blinked and the fight was over. So, yeah, he should start talking.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly?
Okay, that's fair.
Wenceslas or Sigismund?
Fair.
I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink, and that was that for me.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
That explains the constant patrols. Remember, we've gone past Old Kutna before. There would be either bandits or there'd be deserters. They're not. They're hired. The game tells us they're bandits or deserters, but no, those are guys. Those are on payroll. They're guarding the place because that's where all the money is.
They counterfeit coins in there?
I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Don't get smart with me, asshole. I can very easily just rip your throat out, too.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
I'm convinced Mint Master Vavak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
No, I can't help you there. I never heard Buresh say nothing about Vavak. Now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go, please. Stables be damned, just let me go.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know, chat. What do y'all think? Man's guilty of stealing the king's money. Because he was basically threatened into everything. But it's not like he didn't make anyone else's lives more difficult. So what do y'all think? Let him go, make him pay up, or kill him? Honestly, I'm alright with letting him go. He's a coward, but he's not the mastermind. Yeah, he's literally a small frog in a big pond. Killing him solves nothing. Make him pay for his transgressions. He's a coward, but he's not who we're after. Yeah, you're right. All right. Look. Oh, I just realized something. First of all, I don't really need money because I've got plenty of it. But here's the other thing. Letting him go means that Buresh will find him. Because think about it. They tried to kill me. That didn't work. And he squealed. He told me everything. So what do you think's going to happen to him? No, let Buresh handle him.
All right. You can go. Thank you. I'll never forget this. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow.
Yeah, you won't.
And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear.
You won't.
You're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
You won't get far, my guy. They'll find you. I'm letting you go because it's the right thing to do, but also because I know God's justice will find you. As Smitty once said on his YouTube channel, God will sort it out. As for this idiot...
My respects. Do you need something of me?
Well, I wanted to ask you for something.
Pray tell. What's it about?
You wouldn't want to have another bout, would you?
Right now?
Well, yeah.
Why? I already beat you. And Toomer and Stanley, too.
Exactly. So I figured that if I beat you now, you'll still win overall. But if Stanley saw me beat someone that kicked his ass, maybe he'd leave me alone.
And do you think you'd stand a chance to beat me?
Well, that's just it. I'd need you to help me a little.
Wouldn't it be better if I taught you?
Look, wouldn't you rather learn how to fight properly? I'll be happy to train you.
I don't know if it's a good idea. Auntie says I'm a little slow.
Oh, you'll manage. Knocking someone's teeth out is actually pretty simple. And you've got the strength of 3 men. So there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
Well, all right.
What kind of jerk is your aunt that's calling you slow? Good God, what kind of family do you come from? Some parents, man.
Oof, I can't anymore.
Me neither. Let's take a break.
Do you think I stand a chance against Stanley now?
Definitely a better chance than if you pretended to beat me, but still knew nothing. I'm not saying you'll beat him to a pulp now, but at least you should be able to hit back.
Thanks, Emery. You're a true friend.
You're welcome.
Hey, do you like horses or dogs?
Of course I do.
Me too. I knew right away you like animals. I can tell. Come see me in Grun sometime. I'll take care of the horses and hands, and I'll tell you all about them.
You said you could teach me something. Like what?
Well, I don't know much, but I do understand animals. That's for sure.
You take care of dogs and horses here, right?
Aye, they're my favourite. They're kind, they don't hurt you or curse you when you mess something up. And when you're sad, they look at you with those big eyes of theirs. They don't even need to say anything. Yet you feel better right away.
You see? I'm sure you know a few tricks.
Can
I
have
am
a few
feeling
Russian
quite
for my
hungry.
trouble?
Of course. Tit for tat.
Hey, Grenex, how you going? If you're feeling hungry,
So-
go eat.
What do you want to know?
Also, can we just... I'm sorry, this guy is just... This guy is too precious. You can tell that he's got some kind of mental disability, or there's something up with him, but the way he just talked about animals put a smile on my face, because, you know, you heard him describe me, he goes like, they're kind, they don't hit or curse at you. Like, yeah, I feel bad for the guy. So I'm going to give him money for both things.
Well, how do you know when your horse is hurt? Or when he doesn't like something?
That's easy. If you let him, he'll tell you everything himself. Just not with words.
If you've got the time, I'll teach you.
I'd like to learn if...
Can I have
Of course.
Thanks.
All right, tell me about hounds.
And what if my dog doesn't listen to me? It's like he always forgets what I taught him.
They do that when they think they can get away with it. But my aunt always says, a dog is like his master. If you've got the time, I'll teach you.
There we go. So this guy just made 1,000 groschen today. I probably just made his day. I did a good thing. I did a good. All right, now that we got the information, should we go back and report to Christian or no? It says go to the mint. But should we? I feel like we should tell Christian about this. I really feel like we should tell him. But then again, let's just go. But not through Grund. If we go through Grund, we'll get spotted immediately. They're probably looking for me. So we're gonna go the long way. The men training over here.
Did you do what I asked you to? Yes, sir. Everything's in order.
Everything? Really? You didn't forget anything?
I don't think so, sir.
What?
Rough day by the looks of it, eh?
Fuck yeah. We've been roaming the countryside like rabid dogs, and still can't catch them bastards. But they know full well we're on their tails.
I'm Henry of Scallis. I serve the Lord of Lipa.
I'm Zich, the Burgrave of Sir Yisgrav Dolain. And these are my men. And never fear, we have no issue with you, since you clearly ain't a horse thief.
Who are you looking for?
Them horsens who stole our Sir Yisgrav's horses.
A band of vagrants, is it?
Vagrants? Thieving fucking horse traders, more like. They prowl the countryside stealing horses to sell to the army, or anyone willing to pay good money.
Do you stand with our...
Fucking no one. Our lord don't give two fucks about the Luxembourgs. He's still paying off his debts from that war ransom.
Well, that's the risk any knight takes, isn't it?
Too bloody right. But peasants' tithes alone ain't enough. The good times are over, all right. But what the fuck? We're both in service. We know how it goes. Why don't we have a bit of fun? Want to wager who's the better swordsman?
Challenge accepted. I could do with some exercise, sir.
Can I put my armor on? No? Okay.
Oh! Christ! Shit!
Hand in half!
Oh, dear lord. I thought you'd be a pushover.
Well, in service, a man learns how to handle himself. And his weapons.
So I see. Just wait till next, and here's your prize. Goodbye, and safe...
Alright, cool. I was probably the most chill guy, like chill and down-to-earth guy we'd ever talked to. Just the fact that he was like, I don't serve I serve fucking no one. Good times are over, but what the hell? Like, I love just how blunt he was about it. That's, you know, he's a knight, and yet he was just like just talking like a commoner, like, ugh. I want to check out this point of interest real quick. God, they cleared all the trees. Was this for Sigismund's camp, or... No, it's probably for the smelters, I bet. Or something. Supposed to be a wolf pack around here? Jesus! What the hell happened? Why is there... What the heck? Look at the size of that spear! What happened? It looks like they smoked out the den, too. I guess they were trying to get rid of the wolves, and they smoked out the den and then just killed any of the wolves that came out. Good God. Also, that's a... No, that's a lance. That's not a spear. That's a lance. Humans, probably. I'm willing to bet. Yep, there's arrows here, too. Hunting arrows. Yeah, these were humans. Shame. Shame. Alright, let's keep going. The best thing to do would be to ride to Old Kutna and then go north. We can avoid the, we can avoid going back through Grund. And if we avoid that, we risk, you know, we don't have to worry about what's-his-face catching us. Also going to put my armor back on because, well, duh. All right, Pebbles, let's ride. Full speed ahead. North. Make sure I'm right. Sure I'm right. We need to turn right, so yes. This way. Second star to the left, straight on till morning. Let's go. We'll cut through the woods.
Quick.
Tree branch. Okay, we're good. Ride hard, ride fast. Time to spice up the cumin's life. I see the pun in there. How dare you? That's bad, and you should feel bad. All right, we got to go it on foot from here. Oh, bird's nest. Hang on. Come on. I think his mate saw me.
You can't just stroll around here without so much as a by your leave.
Get going! Right now!
Okay, I'm going. I'm going! Quit following me. I'm going.
Go quick.
I'm going.
Well, are you going?
You know, you probably should have just let me go. Because now, things are going to get violent.
I won't let you stay here, even with... Fuck!
Ow.
Like that, eh?
Ow, damn it. Damn it. Come on.
Surprise!
No, not really.
Bad luck. Go fuck yourself. Jesus, I'm hit. Wanker.
Ow, damn. That would have killed me. Ow. I need my sword. Alright, now it's an even game, asshole.
You've no chance against me.
Got him. And I am hurt. Like, my chest, I think he might have hit something important, because my chest is not doing too hot. I need to bandage myself up and rest, because that actually hurt. Oh, I'm bald. Yeah, I'm bald because my hotkey for lowering my visor is also the same one for making me bald. My bandages are applied. There we go. That should help a bit. Better make sure that didn't bang up my didn't bang up my halberd, because halberds do degrade pretty quickly due to all the impacts they take. Alright, we're good. I'm drunk. You don't have an excuse. If we can help it, we want to stay out of sight until we absolutely have to square up with them. I'm gonna use my warhammer instead. Oh, you poor fool.
What? Fuck! Oh!
There we go. Oh, that was good. You'd think after, like, You guys would think after the first hit or something that he'd realize, ow, I'm actually getting hurt. I should probably turn around and attack the person who's attacking me. But no, he just stood there and took it like a champ. Where's that mine shaft? There. Feel bad? Feel bad for what? That he couldn't defend himself? I literally threw a pebble and it distracted him. He wasn't very bright. There's the mine shaft. Let's see what we can find over here. Actually, let me check that map. He gave us a map. Let's see. All right, now let me check my map. It's over here somewhere. In a weird way, we might have ran right past it. Don't feel bad. They're literal thieves. All right, let's see. All right, let me get on the road and check that map. Okay, so there's the old mine. Let's see. So between these two houses, there's a left path. Maybe this way? Well, well, well. We gotta be close now. Hang on. Check that thing again. Yeah, this is it. But how do we get in there? Because this is definitely it. Maybe... Wait a minute. The map. Hold on. Ah, in the midday or at midnight. Okay. Let's wait. Again, return the tournament. What tournament gear? I don't have any tournament gear. It keeps saying that, oh, the Kuttenberg tournament, return the gear. I don't have any gear. Take it to the sword fighting hall so they don't think I'm a thief or an ingrate. Okay. I literally don't know what gear they're talking about. I don't think it's in storage, and also I think I can just pay for it, so. This has got to be the spot, right? Hang on. No, it's not. There's another one. Maybe. Yeah, there's another one. I'm betting that's it right there. Hang on. Straight ahead. There should be some kind of opening somewhere. Aha! Well, we're gonna have to go check it out. Let's go. Henry, quit shimmying and just... Uh-oh. I think I might be stuck. Yeah, I think the game is glitched because I can't, like... Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, whew. Now, just... There we go. Turn out that light! If there are other people in here, they'll have everything lit.
Well, well, well. Look who's here. I knew from the start you didn't come to the works for nothing.
Oh.
But I underestimated you. An embarrassing mistake. I reckoned you wouldn't find anything. And even if you did, little Neri was supposed to get rid of you.
And he didn't.
It turned out the other way round.
Congratulations. His wife and children will surely be beside themselves with joy. What to do with you now, snooper? We could come to a reasonable agreement, or underground, no one will hear you scream.
I need evidence that Ulrich Vavart von Neuhaus is involved in this whole affair.
The Mint Master? That's not true. Wouldn't you rather discuss the price of your silence?
No.
You can't buy me, Buresh.
That's the wrong answer.
Then pay with your blood!
Can't leave here alive! Finish him! Keep that mace away from me!
You idiots! You're fighting me in a mine shaft. You have to line up one at a time to get to me. Now then, where were we? Well, well, well. Funny how things work, yeah, don't they? Funny how it all works out.
Have you had enough, Buresh?
Mercy! For Christ's sake, mercy!
Mercy!
Underground, no one will hear you scream.
No, please. I'll give you anything you want. Just let me live.
You know very well what I want from you.
But I really don't know anything.
Stop lying to my face. Out with the truth.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's Mint Master, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So he came to me one day with the idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Why did he come to you?
The citizens of Kuttenberg didn't like some blow-in turning up to replace Peter of Pisek. And they were even less happy when he started giving them trouble. He'd have a job finding any allies among them. I'm a stranger here too. I've never had it easy here either. Think what you will, but I like Vavag better than all them Rutards, Peace X, and the other stuck-up mine-owning lords.
And you agreed.
So you agreed to help him?
Did I have any other choice? He'd destroy me and find someone else to run the smelting works. I hate to say it, but he knew who to come to.
Yeah. And he's not afraid of Sigismund.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the Mint Master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way, unless someone tells him.
Yeah, that's the plan. What are you doing with it?
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted, undisclosed.
Hey, dumbass, you were literally talking to the dude who just murdered 3 of your bodyguards. Maybe don't talk shit when I can literally pull out my warhammer and brain you on the spot. Maybe you should show, a little humility.
Whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
Genuine? I don't get it.
It's simple, really. Our coiners work with genuine coin dies. We're producing beautiful, new, and especially clean groschen. No one can tell they're not from the Italian court.
So you're just running another mint.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the Mint Master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
So murder is also on your charge list. Good to know.
About the evidence?
Yes?
I need some proof in my hands. Something that proves Vavak's involvement in the scheme beyond any doubt.
And I can count on you to make sure my name is never mentioned? Will you give me your word?
You know what? No, fuck you. I'll leave you in suspense, you asshole.
You can never be sure about that. I'll leave you in suspense.
At the mercy of a stranger. What a twist of fate.
Yeah.
Here's the key to the chest. You'll find everything you need there. It's behind that door, in the coiner's room. The key to it is right here on the table. You'd better not talk to the coiners. They're an odd bunch.
Is that all?
Aye. Everything.
I'm sure you have something else. Don't tell me you and Vavak didn't exchange letters, for instance.
You must be the devil himself. Here it is. But I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. I'll be on my way. I won't say it was nice to meet you, because that wouldn't be true. I hope we
I'll be happy to make sure we don't. I mean, if we kill him, we're basically burning down the whole system around the Mint Master, so... no witnesses.
I'll be happy to make sure we don't.
My God, no! Please! To hell with ya! You fucking coward! Ha!
Oh, I'm a coward. All right, put up your hands. Come on, then. You tried to jump me with 3 guys.
Then pay with your blood.
You jumped me with 3 dudes earlier, and I handled that. Now let's see you fight me with a concussion. Come on.
You're no match for me.
Cut the bullshit and fight!
Okay. Idiot. And now... there. His crimes are... working with the Mint Master to steal money from the king, murder, extortion, attempted murder, and so much more.
for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
Actually, it wasn't 2 punches. It was 1 Warhammer hit to the head and then a punch to the face. Now I'm gonna have a celebratory drink. Ah, and another.
Just a couple more sheets and we're done for today. What good is that? Roll some dice. Don't worry. Sooner or later we'll get out of here. Guilty cage is still a cage. Aye, but we came here willingly.
I'm here to help you.
What are you doing here?
Get out of here. If
You don't have to worry about the guards. I took care of them.
What about Master Buresh? He was here with them just a while ago.
Buresh is dead.
Christ almighty!
My God, why? How could you?
I came to get evidence against Mint Master of Vavak. Where can I find it?
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only Master Buresh has the keys.
Leave that to me. I still need the genuine coin die from you. It's another piece of evidence.
Everything we do here is clean. Completely.
Except you're minting using stolen silver.
How are we to know where it comes from? It's none of our business.
We're just pawns. We're not hurting anybody.
Nobody's saying any different. Like I said, I'm here to free you. The guards are dead. You're free to leave.
Hang on. That's...
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing. We never saw you here.
Why don't you want to leave?
We're just supposed to stay here.
And we're told not to go far. The Mint Master would be angry.
I'll take care of Vavak. You have my word. With the evidence I'll bring against him, he'll be finished. When I'm done with him, you'll be the last thing on his mind.
You reckon it's really safe that we could go up top?
I'm sure of it.
So, if he says the guards are gone,
then we could... What do you think?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Free!
We're free!
Run! Run! Be free! Nope, not that chest. Is it this one? I've got the keys, but I like lockpicking. Got him. All right, we have an ad about to start, so I am going to pause here, and I'll be right back. See you all in a bit when the ad's starting. In a bit. Okay, I'm back. Back again. All right. So yeah, you don't get any ads if you have a subscription. If you're subscribed, you don't get ads, but otherwise it's 3 minutes of ads every hour. So, let's get this information back. But first, nope. Nope. Is there nothing useful in here? That's the exit. Well, underground, no one heard him scream. Here's to you, asshole. Hope the rats find you. I feel quite hungry, so I'm going to take all the food and money you guys have got. All right, get out of here. Whoop. I'm very close. Like, I'm tipsy, or like, well, yeah, I'm tipsy. I'm not drunk yet, but I'm tipsy. If I slip and fall, I'm gonna break my head open. All right, good night, Thomas. Have a good one. There we go. I'm not dead. Conclude your investigation with Thomas. Aggro. Oh, this is his horse, I guess. Aggro! Aggro! Like the one from Shadow of the Colossus, except it's worse than Pebbles, so I don't want it. Aggro! Can't fast travel because you're trespassing. Oh, for Pete's sake. Not trespassing anymore. You know what I just realized? In a weird way, I kind of did a good for a bad, because that Volkmar guy, we let him live on the grounds of me being like, oh, well, when your boss finds you, you're basically dead. So I don't have to do anything. But then we met his boss, and we snapped his boss's neck. So, I showed mercy to someone who tried to kill me, but then I killed someone. I'm pretty sure mortal sins don't balance out like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, let me wash this off. Let me wash myself off first. I'm covered in blood. All right, now I'm good. Gonna have to wake him up. Wake up!
Christian?
Wake up! Yeah, he's out like a light. Punch? No, don't punch him. I'll get in trouble. He'll be up in a few hours. I'm sure he's up now. Yep, he's up.
I got the evidence against Mintmaster Vavak.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
I'll be damned. Where did you find this?
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
Easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
The owner of the smelting works, Buresh, tried to stop me. I had to kill him.
Henry! Don't you know how important...
Yeah, I had no choice, though. He attacked me.
I had no other choice. It happened in a dark corridor. I couldn't see how many cutthroats he had behind him. And when he started threatening me, well, I got scared. My life was at stake.
This wasn't supposed to happen. But if the situation was, as you say, what's done is done. We can't take it back now. There's one more thing. Was there anyone else in that mint?
There were some coiners being held prisoner.
Jesus Christ! Held prisoner?
Vavak locked them up there to work for him.
My God!
I did, but it took some persuading. They were afraid.
Thank God for that. When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
Got it.
They gave it to me quite willingly.
I'm curious. Let me see.
Here.
What the... It's genuine! That means all the groschen minted from the silver stolen by Vivak are absolutely clean! In any case, if only you hadn't taken Master Baresh's life. He could have cooperated. We still know damn little about his involvement in the scheme.
Maybe this could help. A letter from Lord Vavak to Master Buresh.
Where did you get this? This is really the final piece of the whole story. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus has been running under our nose is incredibly insolent. But it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Rittard's hands, Vivak won't remain long in his post. And it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people. If you take my meaning.
You want to keep stealing?
You want to keep stealing from the king?
Oh, come on. Sigismund isn't our rightful king. The less silver he gets his paws on, the less he can pay to his Hungarian cutthroats.
But where does it stop? Like, I get what you mean. I get it. But... this is frustrating because, yes, screw Sigismund. Screw him entirely. But where does it stop? Like, what stops you from becoming just as bad? Like, yeah, it's a weakness to everyone. Yeah, don't become them. You've already taken lives over this. Seriously. Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal?
Listen to what I have to say first. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint. Only there would be a change in management. I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a dog at a bone.
What happened to Herman and Fett?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. They saw him on the road to Grunt. and they found Fet on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
Oh.
You think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fet talked. Things like that can get you killed.
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to deal with it. It'll be much harder to replace Master Burash. I'll have to ask Ruthard and the other miners for advice. But I don't think it'll be a problem to find someone with similar abilities under the current circumstances. And I'll take care of the coiners myself. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vivak all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you, as a bonus. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die. All you have to do is nod.
You want to steal from Ruthard?
Doesn't that mean you'll be stealing from Ruthard?
Do me a favor. Ruthard will want to be in on it.
How can you be so sure?
If there's one thing I've learnt about silver, it's that it's got one special property. It never stinks. It surely doesn't smell bad to you either, eh?
No, for Pete's sake. Look, I just want to save Capon.
I just want to save my lord, Hans Capon. That's why I'm doing this.
I'm not interested in your motives, Henry. I don't know what you and Ruthard agreed on. That's between you and him. You've heard my offer.
I'm no thief.
I'm no thief.
This isn't theft, Henry. It's business. A mutually beneficial arrangement that will also help the Lord's efforts to stand up to Sigismund.
Oh my God.
You understand that, right?
Like, okay, on paper, yes. But the problem is that... the problem is you are becoming the issue. You're going to become the problem. You're, like, this ruins everyone. Like, this is going to work its way up and down. Seriously? Just... what's wrong with a genuine, honest work? Seriously. Oh my God. I don't know. Like, it's it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you know what? You know what? I don't want your blood money. And a good number of people have died to find out all this stuff. And the fact that you were literally just trying to slide your way back into the seat to run everything on whatever grounds, whatever. You know what? Fine. Fine. It's all going to come back and bite you in the ass one day. So fine. I'll keep my mouth shut. But if someone comes to me and I find out that, oh, Peter Pizek, got found out for fraud and a bunch of that stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not coming to your rescue. Just fine, whatever.
All right. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Excellent. You won't regret it.
Shut up.
Don't forget. You can blackmail Vivak with the evidence all you want, but leave the Path of Silver to me. Here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting works for comparison.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll see each other again. And give my regards to Sir Kunzling. It'll be a great weight off his chest.
Ugh.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody
one
breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods.
Now pay your fine,
or it's off to jail.
Yeah, him, officer. Him. It's that guy over there. He's the one who just took over the fraudulent mining system. That's the guy. An ambush. Leave the lady alone.
You're a dead man. You know that?
Show what you're made
For
of.
God's will, die!
Wanker!
Ow. I'm gonna beat you with my bare hands. Come on. Come on, then.
No, you don't. Wanker! Too slow!
I will beat you with bare hands! Actually, you know what? It's
Nice,
taking
mate.
too long.
I'll take that when I'm done with you.
Wait, hold on.
You want to try me? Useless.
Die!
You're a dead man. You know that?
Cut the bullshit. Too slow. In God's name! Die, you wretch! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Victory or death!
Blah! Come on, get in there. Hit him. There we go. Ma'am, are you alright?
Sweet Virgin Mary! I thought I was a goner. A little longer and I'd... No, best not to think about it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Really, it was nothing. The main thing is you're safe.
All thanks to you. Take this. I would have lost a lot if it wasn't for you. And thank you again.
Sometimes it feels good to be the hero. All right, we're going to go to Kuttenberg. We're going to go to the tournament hall and hand over all my stuff. Or hand over, I guess, buy everything. Because they still won't let me fight in the tournament. Because apparently I stole something. So I might as well just talk to them and buy it. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, let's see. Right, it's over here. So, fastest thing to do would be to go over here first. All right, and we run over here.
Close to the others. It's not safe here.
And put on my fancy clothes.
So, what do we have today?
You guys want to know something really messed up? That thing I'm wearing on my head, like that wrap and everything, that belonged to Ishvan Toth. You know, the dude I who murdered Henry, you know, who stole Henry's sword and also was partially responsible for his parents' death. And the dude I shoved out a window. Yeah, that's his hat.
Come and hear something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In this town, I saw a land without end.
I'm in no mood for nonsense, so no messing about. Got it?
Don't worry. I'm a saint.
You'd better be.
In our sword-fighting brotherhood, you will learn how to handle a sword properly and build up your body as well as your spirit.
They said go to the sword fighting hall.
Schönen Tag.
Okay, maybe it's next door. This is a guild, so maybe it's next door. Because there's another sword fighting thing next door.
Nothing's going wrong.
You will learn how to handle a sword properly and build up your body as well as your spirit.
Okay, maybe not. That's locked. Well, I'll have to look it up then. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. We got the whole one of the big stories done, and now we got to figure out where the hell this is all going. But for now, hope you all had a good time. There is someone I want to go raid today, if she's streaming. If y'all remember a while back, we played through Amber Isle, and I want to see if Soot's actually streaming, because y'all know, if y'all know the Sipco Gaming Guild, y'all know Soot. I think she's streaming it. Maybe. Let me see. Is she? No. I guess she's not streaming it. Maybe she's just playing it by herself. Oh, no, they're streaming it. Okay, let's go say hi to the Gaming Guild. And Amber Isle. Go do that. All right, let me get this set up. And y'all go tell the Gaming Guild that I said hi. All right, let's do this. As always, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to entertain all of you. I hope you had an amazing time. I've been Zaruk Windcaller. I'll see you tomorrow for Fuga 3. And remember, that the memories we make in life, good and bad, make us who we are. Actually, before I go, one last little surprise for those of you who are still here. Because for those who have been polite or patient, you're going to get to see a little surprise. See, now you see me. Hang on. Now you see me? Or, well, now you don't see me. Make sure I got this right. Now you see me? There we go. There we go. For tomorrow. Hope you're all excited. But as for now, I bid you all farewell, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.